Hello, hello everyone. Right. I hope you guys are having a great New Year's Eve. Well, of course it's new. Of course it's. What is Josiah? Anyway, um, it's New Year's Eve, everyone. Well, I wish it would have been a New Year's Eve. Welcome to the 2021 year-end live stream. It's at least I wish it wasn't New Year's Eve. But we're starting off this New Year's Eve in a really horrible way, since now that my mom and grandma are positive for this freaking Omicron COVID catastrophe, and we might go get tested this Monday when the new year comes. But and plus, my stepdad is sick, is not feeling good, so that makes it even worse. So what I'm gonna do here is that I'm not going to recap the entire year, but just provide you with the good, the bad, and the absolute regretful. This was inspired to me by WrestleMania. So shout out to you. Well, just by looking at those videos of him recapping Raw, SmackDown, and that overly savage wrestling company AEW. This inspired me to do this on this stream. So here we go. The good, the bad, and the absolute regretful. Let's start off with the good. Number one, let's get funkin'. So, all throughout this year, this musical game known as Friday Night Funkin', which is which is uh it took the entire world by storm. It took the whole YouTube community by storm. My first video of Friday Night Funkin' was by Skylight Awakens, and the second was Corey X Kenshin. Well, Skylight Awakens was the first person I saw play Friday Night Funkin', and then it was Corey X Kenshin and 8-Bit Ryan. Those are the first three YouTubers I've seen play this kind of game. Like, and I started thinking to myself, this is actually kind of good. So recently I downloaded the game and I started playing it myself, and the results were I suck. I freaking suck at Friday Night Funkin'. Like, there are three different modes. There's like easy mode, normal, and hard. The one mode I suck at is hard. And well, normal wasn't pretty bad. So it's this musical game where you play as the boyfriend, and if you want to date the girl, and if you want to date girlfriend, if you want to date girlfriend, you have to beat his demon father and everyone else, like these spooky kids and this orange-haired person named Pico and Mother Mirrorist and Mother Mirrorist and you know how it goes. Why am I explaining it to you? Like, this has been Like this has been growing on me all year. Like this has been growing on me all year, and it is a pleasure to be part of watching watching cartoon animations and other animations or something. Like this got me so into Friday Night Funkin' so much I even do it in the mobile videos, in the mobile gameplay videos, which is wow. And I started watching the Friday Night Funkin' Logics by Game Tunes. And the rest is history. Like SMG4 threw his hat into the ring, through the microphone. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Okay, so next is yeah, yeah. I guess that's it. I guess that's it for that. Number two, a much wanted get together. Um, on January 2nd when I showed you that I gave Kaylee one of the most beautiful presents for Christmas, that she gave me a no, I gave her a rose and she was brought to tears. I am so sorry for what's going on outside. Anyway, um, like it was a much wanted get together. I When I gave Kaylee the present, she teared up. She was put to tears. And the best part when I told her is that it's a rose that never dies and lights up. Yeah, you gotta thank my mom for that because she was the one that helped me get this freaking thing when I couldn't figure out what to get her for her birthday or for Christmas. For Christmas, crap. But now, since now that 2022 is heading this is almost here, is less than 24 hours away, I have to start thinking about what I have to get her this well in 2022, which is in 2 weeks, as long as I don't test positive. Number three, a real deserving Valentine's Day. So, so Kaylee and I have made so back in February during the Daytona 500, of course. It was me, Kaylee, Dad, and her dad. We all got together for Valentine's Day. The uh, the most fun place in Kentucky. Main event. The reason why I say it's the most fun place in Kentucky is because of I don't know how big it is. It has so much. It has a bowling alley. It has arcade, uh, height climbing. That stuff you walk up on top of. I don't even know what those are. So and it has really great pizza. I had all their pizza. Well, maybe that's because I was so hungry. But it had really great pizza. And it was the absolute best. So after we had our pizza and exchanged some Valentine's Day gifts, we went to playing, had fun. Wherever she wanted to go play it, I go with her. But I might have saved a little bit of playtime for me since I'm a pinnacle at one of those racing arcade racing games, that Fast and Furious related racing games. Since I'm a pinnacle of that, it's true. I am the pinnacle. So after a long day of fun and arcade and, well, we didn't do the bowling alley part. We finally decided to leave, which was, and finally declared that day one of the a real deserving Valentine's Day. I forgot to tell you there are many of the good. Okay, number 4, the greatest anniversary ever. Finally, ever since the actual coronavirus pandemic began, Kaylee and I finally had our 2-year anniversary. Finally. So it was during the Thunder over Louisville event. What we did on our anniversary was, all we saw was a movie, Tom and Jerry. Oh jeez. The Tom and Jerry movie. Ah, jeez. Oh, jeez. At least yesterday wasn't the only time that Josiah embarrassed me. Now he's going to embarrass me with his crying, with his dramatic crying. That's gonna end up bad for my channel. Anyway, the greatest anniversary ever. So what we went to see on our 2-year anniversary, after not celebrating the 1-year anniversary because of the Corona pandemic, we watched this movie known as Tom and Jerry, which was a really good, really great movie. It was amazing that they brought it back for, I don't know, decades of yeah, after decades. But unfortunately, on that anniversary, I couldn't think of giving Kaylee an anniversary gift. Mom and I were so caught up in being busy and all, I just forgot to get her one, which was a really complete freaking flop on my part. But but the rest of the anniversary was when we went to um, Texas Roadhouse, and she gave me that Seth Rollins wrestling action figure over there. Um, yeah, and after our food, after I received the presents, and I even made a TikTok anniversary video for her. But after we had our food and left the restaurant, we exchanged our final hugs and we exchanged our final hugs and went on home. I honestly gotta say, I may not have given Kaylee a deserving anniversary gift, but at least I have fun. The 2022 is gonna be our 3-year anniversary. Says that we've been together for 3 years. Let's say we have. let's say I have another anniversary, which is another prediction for 2022. And this time, I will give her I will give her a much deserving gift. I just need some help and some time. I just need some help and some time. Number 5, getting life back. It was supposed to be getting my life back, but like during midway throughout this past year, I have I've been eligible to get the vaccinations that I wanted just to get my life back into shape, like back to the way it was before this pandemic struck this great nation. To get back this to get my life back in order ever, for the first time ever since this pandemic came and struck this great nation. I've been I was receiving 2 Moderna vaccinations because that was the vaccination that I've been getting. It was by it was by Moderna. So I took 2 Moderna vaccinations on 2 different days. On 2 different parts of the month, or was it 2 months apart? You know what? I don't remember. And after that, I just feel like ever since our state governor has lifted the mask mandate this past year, it felt like I got my life back. It felt like I've been fully vaccinated, and the state governor lifted the mask mandate, which made me feel like I've got my life back. Not until this, not till this, but and all of a sudden this Delta variant came in. But that's for the bad. Let's save that for the bad. All that mattered now is that back in May, I got my life back. Our governor lifted the mask mandate that day, and it felt like I got my life back. So anyway, let's continue. Number 6, 4-time WWE attendees. So remember back in 2000. So remember, for those who've been around with me in 2018, do you remember those times when I went to SmackDown Live, and then, well, I went to SmackDown Live on April 24th, 2018, and then I went to a SmackDown house show in October. Remember those 2 shows? Well, this year, remember those 2 shows? It was This year was a lot like that. This past year was a lot like that. Like in July 25th, I went to a WWE Super Show, a house show back in July 25th. But that was when the moment I kept hearing about this stupid Delta variant. But I didn't give a dang about it that day. But I still have fun. The crowd was still back in the arena, and it felt good. So I didn't care about the Delta variant that day. And then came November 8th, which was last month, 2021, when Monday Night Raw came to Louisville for the first time ever. Well, not ever, but for the first time in a decade. Monday Night Raw came to Louisville for the first time ever. Like you see my videos, but I did see the dark matches, the main event shows that never aired on television. I was there for the dark matches, and I was there for the entire Raw show. But the most, um, but the worst part about that is the pyrotechnics. We were like Dad and I were Dad and I both were seated in sections 105, which was close to the stage, where I can hear where I'm close up to the pyrotechnics, like they were really loud. Like for Seth Rollins, for Bobby Lashley, for Rhea Ripley. Did I forget anyone? No, I guess that was all three. But the one pyros I was okay with was the pyros for John Morrison and the current Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch. So those pyros weren't so bad, except for three others that I just mentioned, for Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, and Rhea Ripley. So yeah, we went. So yeah, we went to the WWE twice in 1 year, just like we did 2018, which was a frick ton of fun, and that's the moment I'll cherish for life. Uh, all right. Number 7, receiving the booster. And yes, I've mentioned this past week during the final week of 2021, which is the fifth and final day. Just to let you guys know, this is the fifth and final day of the final week of 2021. And last month in November on Black Friday, I received the booster. And now that several weeks has gone by and I have not received any symptoms, because my mother said that, well, I know I already told you that if you get the booster, you could test positive for COVID. But so far, I have not shown any symptoms of this stupid Omicron, this stupid African variant, because Omicron did originate from Africa, and now it started in New York, and now it's here in my bluegrass state, and now it's here in my old Kentucky home. So yeah, I received the booster. I prevented myself from getting sick. Like I said, my mom wasn't so lucky. Neither was my grandmother. I might have mentioned that to you guys a few times before. So yeah, and after that, I went I went Black Friday shopping. I already told you the story of what I did after I got my booster. You probably know that by now. And when I get to number 8, which was no different than the story. Well, I might have told you, but it was no different. Number 8, Black Friday relief. After a whole drive around with Josiah going absolutely ape crap like he's just been doing moments ago throughout this entire stream, like going absolutely ape crap, freaking out, crying, and all that other stuff. When we finally went to Hobby Lobby, that's where I finally got the opportunity to just get the frick out of that rental truck, which was a red Chevy Colorado. Just get the frick out of that truck, out of that small witted truck, and go in with my uncle Tim and my aunt Lori for some Black Friday Christmas shopping, which was so relieving that I finally get to get away from my nephew after I don't know minutes of travel sitting in the back seat with him. Like I said, whenever he cries or freaks out or goes absolutely insane, it's not easy for me being around him when he does that. Not that my parents care. or understand or care. They're just, like I said, they just pretend that everything is fine. That means that they don't care about how I feel about it. So we got to Hobby Lobby. Everything else was great. I finally did some Christmas shopping with my Uncle Tim and Aunt Lori, and then went to this other pottery shop, Highlands, Highlands, I think is what it was. Kirkland's, not Highlands, it's Kirkland's. You know the rest. Chick-fil-A, White Castle, home, and that's all there was. Okay, number 9, the best birthday of my life. You, well, of course you saw the videos, of course. Well, including that one video where where my neighbor's dog Nala was calling out Jax, was calling out Jax, wanting to go back and forth with her. But that was some good entertainment, and I'm also sure you saw my last live stream, my 23rd birthday morning live stream. Nobody usually came to that stream except for Minolta. I just hope I just hope he comes back again. I just hope he has some time to come back for this one. Since now it's New Year's Eve and it's the final day of 2021. Let's just hope for the best, you know? Anyway, it was the best birthday of my life. I got this ice cream cake, this chocolate Oreo related, chocolate cookie related ice cream, vanilla chocolate. I don't know. It was an ice cream cake, and we all sung happy birthday. They even tried to get Josiah to sing happy birthday, but he was too busy messing around with his tablet. But that was fine. That was fine by me. I don't care if Josiah is busy with the tablet as long as he stuck around. Well, as long as he stuck around for my birthday. And the funny part about that was when Mother took this knife and she asked if she was being videoed, and she went like, and I was like, okay, that's done. I don't want them to see you as a killer. That's funny. That was the most funniest moment of my birthday. So after we all sung happy birthday and I had my cake and I got this as a present. Still I need a still I need a protection case for this and try to get it all set up. It was the greatest birthday of my life. I just honestly gotta tell you. It was the best birthday of my life. And and you definitely know about and you definitely know about number 10, a long wanted Christmas present. Well, as much as I would love to turn this computer around to show you the PlayStation 5, you guys already seen it. Like finally like after a whole freaking year of my parents of the whole year of me, my mom, my stepdad trying to get this freaking thing, trying to go online, trying to go to Best Buy, Target, or Walmart apparently. I don't know. I'm trying to get that freaking thing. Finally, when Christmas came, I knew that day would come that I would finally get one. The whole reason I got this was also because, like I said, Santa Claus was helpful to me. Like, Santa Claus was helpful. He helped me get this. Like, Santa helped my parents get me the PS5 because he's been watching over not just me, but this entire family struggling to get this new console. But the rest of it, well, it was kind of difficult. I I uh I needed to log into my account, my PlayStation account, and Gmail, of course. Like, remember I told you that Gmail was completely freaking loaded with 6,000 messages that I had to delete. I had to delete all of them, and I mean all, just to save some space so I can do some data transfer from my PS4 so I can play the PS4 games. And but what it really needed was a ether, Ethernet cable, like the one that sticks in one console and the other sticks in the other. That's what I had to use. Like, that's exactly what I had to use for if I want to continue with my gameplay data. Well, I was transferring the data, of course. Okay, this in these last four of the good, these are the no five, the last five that I forgot to that I accidentally left out. Here's number 11, Josiah's first birthday. January 23rd, 2021 was the day was Josiah's first birthday. And as part of that birthday is when I got this new bed frame, and I also did a video on that too. Before I did Josiah's birthday celebration and consumption because he consumed his first ever cupcake. That's one way to celebrate a birthday. And also, I had some cupcake as well. I just shut off the camera and, well, the funniest part were that number one has melted and it said it melted inside the one. No, I was asking where the candle flame was, and it was already gone. It melted inside the one. Yeah, that was kind of funny that it just melted inside the one. All right, and number 12. And number 12, Josiah in daycare. I had no other choice but to include this in here because all this time that I like after all this time when Josiah was on the waiting list, Josiah has been in my mom's office for so many months throughout this year, driving my mother crazy while she was trying to work. Like banging on stuff, kind of wrecking stuff, banging on the furnace, which creates a loud bang, boom, 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 boom. That's what I've been hearing, which kind of agitated my mother, which resulted in me and her putting him in daycare so mom can have some peace at work. So no distractions and no aggravations from that obsessive banging. It drives me crazy. Drives me freaking nuts. Number 13 is my first summer block party. Like back in on a Saturday in June when I was celebrating the time that I got my life back, that I don't have to wear a mask anymore. It was fun while it lasted. I finally got to attend my first ever block party out here in the neighborhood. It was a summer themed. Um, they had cornhole. They had bounce house. They had water park bounce houses or something. And the most chilling part about the most chilling part about the block party is that Kona Ice came. Like, I totally remember Kona Ice. Like, Kona Ice used to attend my high school club, Best Buddies. Like, it was a summer themed party, Best Buddies party, and Kona Ice was there. And I finally got a taste of Kona Ice, which was good and delectable and delicious. Well, okay, okay, going in too deep. All right. So yeah, but unfortunately, I was unable to get another taste of Kona Ice for the first time in 7 years because I didn't bring my wallet. So I got a bit unlucky. But it was a great block party. I just want to thank those who was there for inviting me, showing me a good time. The kids probably weren't into me anyway because I'm 20 because I'm in my 20s. Who but who cares? It was fun. Um Number 14, a much deserving graduation. Now this I definitely got to talk about. Finally, for the first time since last year. Like last year, I mean, like last year, like like we were graduation from Aaron's. We were Aaron's was unable to get to give us a much deserving graduation last year because of the freaking coronavirus pandemic came and ruined it. I never got to walk, and I never got my diploma until this year. Finally, for the first time since last year, since the pandemic ruined it last year, we finally got what we wanted. Finally, we finally we finally graduated for the first time ever, and I got this poster right here. See here, let me turn it. When I got that poster, and I got all that other stuff, the bags in the closet, and the and that Aaron's mug is over there behind that cup. I didn't bring upstairs. I should probably do that. And everything else I achieved. Well, here's this. Well, here's this pen. I still got this pen here. It's oh, and it's also a stylus pen. Um, yeah. So that was very great. Oh wait, the sunglasses. Give me a second. Remember Remember these shades? Yeah, remember these shades? I always keep repeatedly putting these on for you guys in that graduation stream. you guys you guys loved it. The most annoying part about these glasses is that they're so tight around you. And after the graduation, yeah, I probably told you Kaylee and I had a graduation dinner. It was awesome. It was the best graduation dinner I've ever had, and I was really appreciative of it. Like me and my dad and her family got together and we had some food, which was good. All right. Um, and now finally for number 15. I was saving this the best for last, and I've mentioned it before on Toy Blast before. Being a better boyfriend. Being a better boyfriend. Like I know about I know I've messed up a few times in the throughout this past year. Well, that's for the absolute regretful. But that's for the. I'm gonna save that for the absolute regretful later in the stream, right after I get done going down the list of the bad. So, but right now, that's a prediction of what I want to be for 2022. That's also a prediction. All right, guys, we've now recovered all of the good. Now let's go with the bad, the worst of 2021. There are also many on here. Number one, the U.S. Capitol riot. I'm talking about the whole country and all, which is which totally went downhill throughout this year, and which completely went downhill for this year. And the way it started was a riot at the U.S. Capitol before the president's inauguration. Like there were, I don't know, there were like protesters and rioters. They were attempting they were attempting to break into the White House. Many many people in that riot were arrested and charged for B&E or property damage because I assume the White House probably did take a bit of damage by the protesters or the rioters or something. But yeah, I've been hearing all about that, ever since I don't know, ever since I've been hearing all about this whole thing. Anyway, that's all I know about that. So number 2, the COVID Delta variant. You see, that's where the part where things just all of a sudden took a different turn. That's what I was absolutely talking about later in the good category. I know I've already told you guys that I'm vaccinated, that the governor released have lifted the mask mandate for since now that everyone is starting to get fully vaccinated from this whole COVID thing. But now all of a sudden comes is a freaking Delta variant, which was I don't know, just as deadly as COVID, as what people are saying. I kind of forgot the symptoms of the Delta variant. Here, let me turn off this tablet because that's where my list of the good, the bad, the absolute regretful is. Hey Google, The symptoms of the Delta variant.
According to UC Davis Health, Delta variant symptoms are the same. Typically, vaccinated people are either asymptomatic or have very mild symptoms if they contract the Delta variant. Their symptoms are more like those of a common cold, such as cough, fever, or headache, with the addition of significant loss of smell.
Yeah, those are symptoms of the Delta variant, like cough, fever, headache, significant loss of smell. It compares to the symptoms of this coronavirus, which is much more deadlier. So after 2 months of getting my life back, of being fully vaccinated, being free of the mask and all, this comes out of nowhere. Like this all of a sudden comes out of nowhere. I don't know where this Delta variant came from. I have not figured that out, but it cost me the rest of my free life of being free from mask where I can breathe perfectly again. And then I'm right back to wearing mask again. We are right we're right back to wearing mask, which completely freaking sucks. And that is why the booster came. And that is why we had to get the booster to escape this freaking variant. All right. Number 3. This one's going to be a sad one too. The heartbreaking death of Madeline Trout. The heartbreaking death of Madeline Trout. My former high school butler has been really saddened and brokenhearted today. Have been brokenhearted and really saddened this past year when they came to learn that one of Butler's newest and greatest, brightest students of all time, Miss Madeline Trout, has passed away in March of 2021. She was killed in an on um, she was killed in a onward car collision, in a on head-on car collision. She never made it. And now all my friends and well, sort of well, all my friends have already graduated, but all my teachers, all the teachers, all my teachers, of course, all the students, including Madeline Trout's family, have all been brokenhearted by the loss of this incredible high school person. And after all this time, I send my prayers and condolences to the Trout family. May God rest on her bright and beautiful soul. I almost got emotional saying that. I almost got emotional saying that. But let's continue before I get more emotional. But it was so sad. Her her little brothers helped her graduate for her. Stop. All right, number 4, a missed summer camp opportunity. Since now that July has passed, and since now that July has passed and summer camp came to an end, I was waiting for an opportunity for to go to this one summer camp known as Dreams with Wings. It was the most interesting camp. Kaylee once told me about it when she's been going to this camp. When she's been going to this camp, I don't think she goes to that camp no more. But I wanted to try it so bad when Kaylee told me about this camp. That's why they provided me with a social no provided me with a supervisor who comes to my work every 2 weeks, who comes to watch me work every 2 weeks and helps guide me on how to make my job even look much more better. But unfortunately, after throughout this entire month of July, mom has been saying sometime in July, and I don't even know when in July it took place. All she's been telling me is sometime in July. And but when I realized that the whole time in July was the first day, I realized that the day that the camp first started was on the first day of July. It was on the first day of July, and none of us, not me, not my mother, knew about it. That it was the first, that Dreams with Wings took place on the first day of July. And all this time I've been missing out on it. And it sucked for me, and it's unknown if I'm ever going to get another opportunity at going to summer camp since now that I've gotten older. It's currently unknown. But at least I'll still have my supervisor that comes and visits me every 2 weeks and scopes over my working progress. All right. Number 5. The WWE Thunderdome screwing me over. When finally the mask mandate got lifted, and we're expecting to see we were expecting to see the real life crowd back for the first time in over a year, or over 70 weeks is what WWE says. I had to get the last moment of the WWE Thunderdome in, of me becoming part of the WWE Thunderdome. And what do I get? And what happened? The freaking Thunderdome screwed me over. I've been in not once, not twice, not one, not two, not three, but I think possibly four WWE Thunderdome appearances with the virtual crowd. I have been all but loyal. Even my mom was impressed with it. Like even my mom was impressed with it over the years. Like this this was back in 2020 when I was making Thunderdome appearances, when I was making virtual appearances in the Thunderdome. It was the best of my life. Even my mom was impressed with the WWE Thunderdome. Although she may say it was fake, she may say that wrestling is fake and all, but the Thunderdome was much more impressive to her, and she liked it, and it was really cool. So not until that day where the final SmackDown at the Thunderdome took place, I entered my name and everything else. And what happened? It screwed me over. The WWE Thunderdome screwed me over. I've been betrayed. The Thunderdome betrayed me that day. And I was just thankful that, and ever since then, I was thankful that the Thunderdome was gone and we have the real life people, because I'll never forgive the Thunderdome for its betrayal. Like the Thunderdome heel turned on me. Or like the Thunderdome heel turned on me. Like it had enough of me being at the Thunderdome or something, which was which was ridiculous. And so yeah. And now I'm hearing this rumor saying that the Thunderdome might come back since now these since now that the cases of COVID is on the rise again, and many people have been absent from the previous Monday Night Raw this past week, and I just I just hope I don't get betrayed again if it happens. All right, and this next one has been happening in my own hometown. Um, Multiple Louisville shootings is number 6. Like all throughout this entire time, all throughout this year, I have been hearing about these shootings that's been taking place nearly all over town, all over the city, and many young people are dying, many people getting fatally shot, and I mean it's horrible. I mean it's horrible. Just hearing about the death of those who are involved in these shootings, and it's unknown who is responsible, who is the cause of these shootings. We're just The police aren't doing their jobs. The police aren't getting into it any deeper, trying to look for who the heck is responsible for these shootings. And I honestly feel bad for those. I feel bad for everyone who is affected by this. And it's just terrible. Like absolute terrible. Like like nobody feels safe in the ghetto right now. You just gotta look over your shoulder, watch your back, because you'll never know when one simple gunman will be lurking around in your area. You just never know. All right, next is let's go Brandon. I mean, like, seriously, what the frick? What the frick is wrong with with you people in this country? Let's go Brandon. Like, what's let's go Brandon? What the frick is all that about? You guys are like turning it into a meme or something. If you watch the Xfinity series at Talladega, you start to imagine yourself, what are they really saying? Like after Brandon Brown won at Talladega, like like the the crowd was like saying F Joe Biden for what reason? Like what did he do? I don't get it. Like people have been saying that, and the interviewer for Brandon Brown just said, "Let's go, Brandon," is what they is what she thought they were really saying, but what she didn't know what they were actually saying. So they had to cover that up, and now it's just and now it's all just starting to get freaking old and annoying. Just hearing people say, "Let's go, Brandon." Like, guy, like people, shut up. Like, just please shut up about shut up about the let's go Brandon crap. Just please shut the heck up, please. We had enough of that. Just and then I'm hearing and then I'm finding out that somebody vandalized the Air Force base, or that someone vandalized an Air Force base or something, and then I saw it, and then I saw it on this one tank. Let's go, Brandon. Like you people are psychopaths. You people are freaking crazy with this "Let's go, Brandon" crap. Just shut up. That's all I'm telling you to do. Just shut up. Let it go. I don't know what I don't know what the president did, but let it go. It's not that it's not that big of a massive deal. All right. Number 8. I know, and I've talked about this before. Josiah's daycare defiance. Josiah's daycare defiance. I know I've talked about this before. Like I was in I walked in my mom's room. I walked in my mom's office, heard heard her talking to my brother, and all I've been and and during my stepdad and grandmother's little common act of bickering in the kitchen, I I found out that Josiah has been a real bad boy in daycare. A really, real bad boy in daycare. Like I find out that he's been grabbing at another toddler. I think it was a little girl apparently. It was a toddler. It was a little girl apparently. Like she was like he couldn't keep his hands to himself. Like he kind of I don't know if it was physically or mentally. Like it was like I think I think she I think she grabbed at her hair and you know like I think she probably grabbed her by the hair and threw her down. I don't know. I don't know what he did, but I guess that's probably how I pictured that he would do. So somehow he got in trouble. That's all I heard. That's all I heard. I mean, if you saw Toon Blast, you probably know what I'm talking about. Um, Number 9, YouTube TV dropping channels. Like all throughout my time of sitting in this room and watching YouTube TV for sporty reasons like um, NASCAR or college basketball or WWE or what else? NFL possibly. And then I start hearing about the NBC Universal shutting down my most important channels, including NBCSN, which I did hear from Michael Saves that is going to shut down by the end of this year, which is today. Yeah, I think NBCSN is currently shutting down right now. So um, Fox, frick, I forgot what's I forgot the channels that owned by NBC Universal. Well, there's MSNBC, NBC, Fox Sports 1, Fox Sports 1, or what else? USA Network. The USA Network included. The USA Network. That was also included. It was also owned by NBC Universal, and it was also going to get shut down, going to get dropped as well, as long as they don't come up with another deal or something. with a new deal or something. Like those channels were about to get dropped until finally they I've come to find out that the channels so far have not dropped, I guess. And that was when NBC Universal probably came up with a new deal to keep the channels on there. So it's great to have them where they are to this day, which is very great. That's the lucky part. All right. Next. Next on here, number 10. This involved my phone. Stock cars, mobile corruption. Yeah, you know what happened. Yeah, you know what happened to stock cars. No matter how hard I try to play stock cars, all I've been getting was a bunch of glitches, then all of a sudden a sudden phone corruption. That's all I've been doing. I had to I had to I had to strip my phone of its case. I had to un I had to I had to disconnect the charger. I had to strip the I had to strip the phone of its case. I had to strip it and then I had to put it under my pillow just so and then I left the house to go for a walk cuz mother told me that it would be great because it was such a nice and beautiful day. I insisted on going out for a little walk. And when I came back, the phone was went black. Well, you probably couldn't tell. Yeah, it was like this. And then I pressed onto the on button for I don't know 5 seconds apparently, and it came on and it told me that my phone data has corrupted, which was kind of kind of messed up for a phone because of a mobile game, a corrupted mobile stock cars racing game. Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. So yeah, I never playing stock cars again because it happened the second time when I came back. 2 weeks later, I came back and it happened again. Phone screen froze. Had to strip it down, put it under the pillow, and I had to wait. That's why I am never playing stock cars ever again. It's been nothing but an absolute disaster for the T-Mobile rivalry playing that kind of crap. Okay, next. Next up is the Great Weight Update. Debate. The Great Weight Debate. It's funny how you say it. So, so yeah, I have been trying to talk about this for quite some time. That since now that I've lost a frick ton of weight, I am currently 154 right now. After losing a frick ton of weight, mom has insisted that I gain a couple weight and gain a couple of pounds and maintain it. They want me to go back to eating protein, go back to eating whatever it is. They want me to eat a big plate, a big breakfast. No wonder why my stepdad was always making a big breakfast just so I can probably gain weight. But unfortunately, I didn't take I didn't take too kindly of it. To be on to be honest, I have not taken too kindly to it. The reason why mom wanted me to gain weight was because if I lose too much weight, if I lose too much weight, I might get anorexic, and which will make me extremely sick, and I'll surely die. Probably might have sounded like a 100-pound weight loss story. But here's my reason why I don't want to gain any more weight. Because over the years, I have been all nothing but overweight, obese, and diabetic all throughout my years. And it's been hard on me. It's been really, really tough on me trying to get anywhere. I have been buying 2XL shirts, 2XL pants. Barely, the XL clothes barely fit me. It felt like I was really fat, and I don't want to be. I don't want to be part of the fat people. I don't want to be part of the. I don't want to be part of the fat community. It's it's just wasn't right for me. So ever since I took that hepatitis shot in mid 2018, I decided to change my life, turn it around, and start eating healthy again. Like my grandmother, stepdad, they have been expecting me to eat healthy again and go on a diet. And they want me to cut back on sugary stuff. Like they wanted me to cut back on sugary stuff, and yeah, they wanted me to cut back. They want me to stop eating so much and stop drinking so much sugary drinks. That was too much sugar and stuff. Like they wanted me to drink plenty of water and eat plenty of vegetables. Like, and all this time I've been rejecting it. I've been rejecting absolutely all of it, which was a stupid move on my part, a real stupid move. So I decided to turn things around ever since I got the hepatitis shot, and I decided to start losing weight, exercising, and eating healthy again. That's why I've been drinking these sparkling waters over the past 4 years now. I wanna be I'm trying to be as healthy as I could again. As much as I love to be healthy again, I don't want to go back to being diabetic again. I don't want to go back to 200 pounds. I don't even want to go back to 200 pounds. So even my dad has been talking me into gaining has has been talking me into gaining some weight since then I've lost a whole lot. Like on my part, I just don't think I want to go back to the way I was before. Like just looking back at that just makes me think I don't want to go back there again. Like it I just can't. I just don't. It's not worth it. I want to look good. I want to look perfect. I just don't want to eat myself to an early grave. That's all. And my mom doesn't want me to lose my weight to an early grave either. Into an early grave either. So it seems that me and mom are in an impasse. Have reached an impasse or something, or in a standoff between my weight. This is why this has been the great weight debate. because so far my pants have been falling down, and I have pretzel stick legs because I've been hungry so much and eaten less. Now I've taken it too far. Next, number 12, the fall of me being helpful. Let's say ever since that great weight debate, ever since they debated me into gaining weight again, when that moment when mom, my stepdad, and Josiah went to go shopping, and I was staying here with grandma because they probably didn't want her to go anyway. So I was. They told me to help them get the groceries and all because it's my contribution and everything. Because because no, even if I don't go, they still need my help, which is still stupid. I don't care I don't care what they say about it. That one time when I was watching NASCAR and and they told me to go help them, all of a sudden, boom, I ended up falling on my I ended up falling on my hip. I ended up falling on my hip trying to go get what's next of their groceries. Boom. I end up falling in the garage. It hurt like crap. The reason I call that's the reason why this is part of the bad category because it was humiliating because it was painful. It made me almost want to cuss. It almost made me want to say a bad word that day. I wanted to, but I didn't. But after all of that, it's been sore, and ever since then, it's been sore for 48 hours or maybe a few days. Apparently, ever since that, it's been horrible. I even told I even told my friends, like I even told Kenny, I also told Corey, heck, I even told Kaylee that I fell in the garage and hurt my hip, or was it my rib? Somewhere between the hip and the rib. And I don't know if I want to show you this. I don't know if I want to show you it. I don't know if I want to post it on YouTube or Facebook. But that's exactly how it happened. Like I fell in the garage trying to help my parents with the groceries, and that's why I probably don't do that much. I don't do that often whenever they go because maybe it'll happen again. Maybe I'll fall on my spine. Maybe the next time they tell me to help them, I'll probably end up falling on my spine or on the middle part of my back, or worse, the shoulder. Number 13, Omicron. Omicron out of nowhere. This is the variant that is trying to take everything from me. That is currently attempting to take everything away from me. I tested negative for this stupid variant. Like I said yesterday on Toon Blast. like last night on Toon Blast. If I test that we are all going back to getting tested again. If I test positive, it's gonna ruin everything. It's going to ruin the first 2 weeks of my 2022, including including the attendance of my sweet lover's birthday, of my beautiful girl's birthday, of my beautiful woman's birthday. Because that is a prediction that I refuse to let slip by my hands because of a positive COVID test. Remember that. And if you guys want to know what happened after I got done filming Toon Blast, my mom called me and asked me if I was coughing, and even my stepdad came down and asked me if I was okay, because I think they misheard me. I was not coughing because I was not coughing. They misheard me. So, like I said about Omicron, it originated from Africa. Omicron has originated from Africa, and now it's here, and now it's here in our great American country. It started it started out in New York, and now it's spreading all over the country now, including this including my great bluegrass state, our old Kentucky home. And it's not a good sign. This was not what I was expecting. I'll have to continue with and now I'll have to continue wearing a mask. But I never knew when my Moderna booster can seep into my body. I never knew that day. Like I already found out the symptoms of Omicron. One of them is coughing, sore throat, headache, queasy stomach, uh, queasy stomach or something, stomach aches, and a lot of coughing. That's so yeah. This struck my family. Now I now I have to continue on with quarantining again. My mom is currently wearing a mask. I assume grandma is still in the bed, is still in bed, and they're hoping that they don't get up because if she does, she has to wear a mask. And so do I have to wear a mask cuz she texted me this morning cuz she she texted me and said if I go upstairs, I need to consider putting on a mask if I'm going to be up there. She's trying to keep us safe. Now, if it wasn't for if it wasn't for well, if it wasn't for my uncle Tim being positive for COVID and him coming here and him coming over here on Christmas Eve, this none of this would have happened. None of this would have ever happened. Well, it would have been best for me if I just stayed down here, which would have been much better for me. I would have survived it more, which was the worst. Next, I just hope I test negative. I'm dying to hope that I test negative. And that's no joke. Number 14. Tornado decimates half of Kentucky. Yep. Yep. It happened, everyone. A decimating EF3 tornado struck half of my old Kentucky home. It struck Bowling Green, Mayfield. Well, the only ones I know, well, those are the only two I know have been in the path of this horrid tornado. Everything, everything was destroyed. Most of those areas looked absolutely unrecognizable. It was the absolute worst of Kentucky. This has every reason to be in the bad category because this was the absolute worst. Like there was an Amazon warehouse and there was some power plant that's been destroyed brutally. There was a warehouse that's also been um that also collapsed during that tornado. But that wasn't the only. But Kentucky was not the only place to that have been ravaged by this tornado. I think somewhere in Tennessee, Arkansas, um, Kansas. I know Kansas is known for its tornadoes. That's why it's called Tornado Alley over there. That's why this state is part of Tornado Alley. That's the that's horrible. And even even WWE has been helping pay condolence, helping us pay. Also heard about this whole thing. The NFL, NCAA football, NBA, every single sporting event, every single legendary sporting event all over America has heard about this. Has heard about this tornado that struck through the South and the Midwest. Praying for them all. Even there was a even there was a women's rivalry basketball game between Louisville and Kentucky, and there was a men's basketball game between Louisville and Western Kentucky. Louisville won. Western, and there was also a college women's basketball game. The Cardinals beat the Wildcats. The Hilltoppers beat the Cardinals in men's basketball, and it was all for it was all part of making Bowling Green heal from this catastrophe. So here we go. And there you go. Number 15, or as how Chill says it, number 15. I'm so sorry, Chills. Anyway, number 15. A canceled rivalry basketball game. Okay, I gotta stop. I gotta stop. Chills is gonna kill me. And Chills is gonna kill me. um, a canceled rivalry basketball game. There was supposed to be a men's college rivalry basketball game between Louisville and Kentucky, but it was supposed to take place at the Rupp Arena in Lexington. But unfortunately, that game had to be canceled due to COVID reasons. I believe that some of our players have tested positive for this freaking COVID anarchy. So instead of Louisville, they'll have to sit with the ones that beat them. Yeah, I'm talking about Western Kentucky, the Hilltoppers. So, and so far, and I started thinking maybe since now that the Hill that Western Kentucky beat Louisville, let's see if Western Kentucky can beat Kentucky. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. That didn't freaking happen. So Kentucky won, which I was rooting for Western Kentucky to beat Kentucky anyway. But that went wrong. Uh-oh. I think I think I might have accidentally woke up Josiah, but I don't care. I'm streaming, but I don't care. I'm streaming. And finally, for number 16, a failed Super Bowl halftime show opportunity. Well, this is I had to save this for last because this was the most biggest fail in start of 2021 of I tried to upload Candy Crush, and after I got done uploading Candy Crush, I was supposed to also record the Super Bowl halftime show between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the last year's Super Bowl champions, the defending ones, the Kansas City Chiefs. But unfortunately, that went to crap. I was so furious. I was so upset. The real reason that whole thing happened was because the uploading process for Candy Crush somehow failed, and I had to do it all over again, which was the worst, which is really, really bad for my channel. Also, really bad for my channel is having your uploading process failing suddenly, and you have to do it all over again. That's just great. I mean, that's, but hey, look at the bright side, you know? Look at the bright side. At least I got the very ending where, but at least I got a couple videos of Tom Brady and the Buccaneers winning the Super Bowl over the Kansas City Chiefs and them receiving the Vince Lombardi trophy of this year's Super Bowl. So at least I had a bit of life. Okay, now that's the bad category. And now it's time for the absolute regretful. Like I said before, this includes the relationship between me and Kaylee and on how much I've messed up throughout this year and how much I've messed up throughout this year. I'm really scared. I'm really scared of sharing, of giving you the absolute regretful, but I gotta do it anyway. Yeah, if this doesn't go good for Kaylee, I'm sorry. I'm. Let's start with number one of the absolute regretful. Almost ruining Kaylee's birthday. Like, in January, in January, I have made one of the biggest mistakes of my entire life. And that was almost ruining Kaylee's 22nd birthday by hurting her feelings, which was the most dumbest thing to do on my part. I totally messed up that day. But when I thought she said like another day because they couldn't do it on Tuesday because they couldn't do it on a Tuesday, which was which was her birthday. And after receiving that, I finally got upset and I freaked out and said that I did everything for nothing, which was very which was totally beyond the line, which was totally crossing the line of me, and I shouldn't have said it in the first place. So I messed up. Trying to here it is. So yeah, after I uploaded All for Nothing 2 Toy Blast Mobile Gameplay Part 155, I uh I was notified that Kaylee wasn't too happy with what I was saying on there. So on Candy Crush, so the next night on Candy Crush, I made a Candy Crush video apologizing about the whole thing, about what I was saying, acting like a jerk. Like everything I said, I just said it in anger and upset because of how upset I was that things had to change. Like I know change can be very hard, but when it comes to this change, it's also worth getting it's also worth getting used to as well. So yeah, I almost ruined Kaylee's birthday, but I was lucky to be invited and celebrate with her and throw all that all for nothing crap aside. And I was able to continue with the birthday. Number two, sharing personal information. Now this now this was much worse. Now this was much worse. This was way more than absolutely regretful. Um, I did an on this day video. Like I was doing an on this day video on the day that Kaylee and I broke up for a week, and the next month after we celebrated our Valentine's Day, like 4 days after, she I received a lot of unhappy notifications that she didn't appreciate me sharing her personal stuff in text messages, which I knew for a fact was a big mistake, was the biggest mistake of my YouTube career. And so, after doing all of that, I deleted the no. So after that, I deleted the video, which was something that I didn't want to do, which which was something that I didn't want to do, but I had no choice. But I didn't want Kaylee to be mad at me that day. So I made an apology video claiming that I just can't do anything right without upsetting anyone. Not even not even without upsetting anyone. And I gave them a lecture saying that and I gave them a lecture to and I taught those who has a girlfriend that don't ever under any circumstances do what I did because your girlfriend will be so mad at you and it'll ruin your life and it'll ruin your day and you don't want that to happen. I just hope you guys still take my advice. I just hope you guys took my advice, are still taking my advice about that. So yeah, I made a on this day video. Kaylee got upset. Kaylee got mad, and I deleted it and made an apology video instead. And finally, number three, which and finally, number three, which took the old, which which I took the all-time low on doing, bad mouthing our relationship. Yeah, I know I did those. I know those previous two things that I did was was really low. This one took the all-time low. During like during June summer, like I don't know, I don't know exactly how to describe this. Like I don't know exactly how to describe this one, but Like, she has been a busy woman over the summer. I know that she has been busy a lot over the summer, and I never got to see her. Maybe it was maybe it was my act of being desperate and clingy. That one. I was I was being desperate and clingy this whole time, and I let it take over me, which was which is what I didn't want to happen in the first place. But at one video, the another complicated weekend, Toy Blast mobile gameplay, what's number part 179, I went crazy. I went absolutely crazy in this video talking about how more complicated it was. And that was when I messed up big time. Yeah, that was when I messed up big time. I was like when I was playing my PS4 at the time, I was playing NASCAR Heat 5, and then I receive a notification from Kaylee telling me that I was not supposed to talk about their relationship on YouTube, like bad mouthing it and stuff. Yeah, that was when I really messed up. So after so on Candy Crush, I on Candy Crush mobile play free on Candy Crush mobile gameplay part 147. I just decided to let the past go. Like, the past is the past. Just dust off your shoulders and just keep on going. Just don't ever just don't ever think about it. Just let it all go. Just let the past be the past. Let bygones be bygones and just keep on moving forward in your life. Just forget about all that stuff. And that's why I'm and that's why I I decided to just let all this go. All right, guys. That's all. That's all of them. That's the good, the bad, and the absolute regretful. I I hope you guys enjoyed this whole entire 1 hour stream. It was supposed to be earlier in the morning, but I got a little dozed off and I had to shave. Same reason. So thank you. Well, nobody came. Well, nobody watched anyway. But whatever. This stream is gonna be published anyway. So this is Travis Harper saying Happy New Year, and I'll see you in 2022. Happy New Year, everyone.